Pisces, hi. So this is going to be a reading for June 22nd through the 28th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Pisces. The overall energy for the reading, the Chariot. I feel like you want to land in a more stable energy and a more grounded energy with this one. For some reason, I'm getting it like that for you here. And coming back to yourself a little bit and just feeling a little more grounded, especially. Okay, let's see. In the recent past, the Judgment card, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups. You made a decision to go ahead and give something a chance. It looked good. It felt good. You're like, okay, I'm going for it. It's nice. You know? In the current situation, the Hermit, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups. Something is weighing super, super heavy on you. I'm not sure if it has to do with that situation there in the past where maybe things went south a little bit at some point. No, but it's a heavy energy, and I see you almost all the time stressed out while trying to kind of come inward as much as possible and just stay there. But like there's this buzzing type of an energy in the background there that always keeps you a little on the edge, you know, and it's coming from something happened at some point, and I feel like you're just trying to kind of go through the healing of that. In the immediate future, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Strength card. You're feeling way better here. You're showing up super strong, super like, you know, you're coming out in this energy of, oh my God, finally I can start doing more. I can show up for things more and things like that. There will be drops in your energy, so don't worry about it. It's kind of normal. This, because you're not out of here. You're not out of this space, this healing space, this trying to pull you in. You may believe you are at times because you're feeling so much better. So you might wake up, I don't know, even a few days from now feeling like, oh, I'm completely healed, I'm done. Yeah, no, because your energy takes a drop because you're still dealing with something here that's still pretty heavy. You know, so this is a process, whatever this is trying to get you into healing mode. And I think you want to cooperate with this process. I think you want to get there. Because whatever this is that makes you feel all the time on the edge there, it's just not feeling good. Let's clarify. Let's do the Chariot. You get the Knight of Swords, the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're on the right path here, definitely. You're on that, you know, way towards yourself, towards... I feel like it's trying to push you into an energy of self-love, in all honesty, and just putting your needs and yourself first and forgetting about everything else for a little bit, you know? And that's exactly where you're heading. I may do the Judgment card in the recent past. The Five of Wands, the Star, the Three of Wands. Okay. Okay, so despite the conflicting start to whatever that was, you still decided to go for it. You know, whatever that situation is that I'm looking at over there. So I'm seeing quite a challenging beginning to things there. But you're still deciding, okay, I'll give this a chance. What do you want, squirrel? They keep on trying. I don't understand. Every day they come to the window. They keep on trying to jump up the window to get to the feeders. And they can't make it because they slip up because it's a window. But they're persevering, man. They keep on trying. Two of Cups. You get the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Swords. Ooh. And it was kind of back and forth too. Like it was never really consistent. Like, okay, we're doing this. And then you go ahead and do it for like months or years. And then something happens. No, from the get-go, it's like, yeah, this isn't going to work out. 5 minutes later, it's like, but we should give it a try. Nah, we shouldn't. So that's why probably it was challenging as this began. Because it began like that. You know, with the backs and forth present from the get-go. For the Page of Cups, you get the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups. I mean, somebody's showing up here saying it wasn't really serious from the get-go. Like, I said I would give it a shot, see how it goes, but I kept myself open to the possibility of not working out, and maybe I would have left if it didn't, and things like that. This was bumpy from the get-go, so I don't understand what happened here. And I can get that perspective of, hey, I'm just not going to get involved much. As if we have any fucking control over that. We always think we do. It's like, I'm not going to feel. Because that's how feeling works. We're going to tell ourselves we're not going to feel, and we're not going to feel. Ta-da. Yeah, no. No. So I can understand where you're coming from if that's you. I'm just going to keep my options open, and if this doesn't pan out into anything. It didn't from the get-go. No, it was complicated from day one there. For the Hermit in the current situation, you get the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands. But you have quite the resistance here to kind of go inward, even though you know that's what's, that's the energy that's available for you at this moment in time. And it's strong, and it's calling you from inside of you. There's you being like, come in, come in, come on in. You're like, nope, I want to use this. I want to go through whatever I'm going through from here. Well, that's why it sucks. That's why it feels like crap. You can't. You gotta connect to your heart. You gotta connect to you. To not only your heart. And I know what you're gonna say. I don't want my heart. It's painful to connect with my heart. Okay, then connect to your mind, because that's not painful. You can't be practical about something like this. This requires a lot of healing. What you're going through right now, and you're trying to kind of get to this healing from a mental perspective only, from a logical perspective. It's not going to stick. No. Healing happens when we feel certain things happen inside of us. The mind doesn't feel. The mind thinks it feels, but it doesn't. Okay. For the Nine of Swords in the current situation, you get the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Six of Wands. You keep on bringing practicality over this. You're like, well, something bad happened, and, it sucked. But, like, that's it. We're going to move on, and that's that. That's not healing. That's just not even addressing the whatever you're feeling there internally. Not even just writing a book about it or something, but from like theories of healing. I don't know. Five of Cups, you get the Fool, the Four of Wands, the Death card. So the energies that are available for you and for this whole situation you're dealing with is I opened up to committing myself to something or someone, and then it ended. And what happened in all of that story, like the underlayer tones of it, hurt like motherfuckers. So that's it. I can move on now, right? I'm putting that in the past and I'm moving on. I'm not sure why you're coming at this like this. You usually don't. Water sign, well, you don't, unless you're trying to keep it to the surface. I know you guys are you run deep. You run deep. That's why you're the last ones every time I do readings, because you take me down in that depth with you. And it's very hard to read those energies. So I can understand if you're trying to keep it to the surface there and not wanting to go deep. But at some point you're going to have to. You're going to have to, because this doesn't heal shit. This is just relating the story of what happened, and that's that. And you know the depth of whatever's going on here, that's where the healing lies. And you know that. I don't have to tell you that. It's not your first rodeo, you know? But for some reason, you're like, nope. We're going to keep it to the surface and just keep swimming on the surface. You know, we're not going to go deep. Okay. For the King of Swords in the immediate future, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, the King of Wands. See, there is depth to the healing. As much as you're trying to kind of go over the healing. And I feel like it's over whatever this was in the past. I'm not sure if it's done or if it's in the process of being done. It's not very clear, even though you're showing up mentally, you know, kind of writing the chapters of what's going on or what happened. But I think it's over this. And I think you're done with that story. And I think by you taking it into the logical sphere of things, you may trick yourself into thinking that maybe it's not going to hurt as much. Maybe, you know, like I do realize that there's probably some healing that needs to come out of this. But maybe you're not ready for that healing either. I don't know. Maybe that's why you're keeping it up there to the surface. You are showing a little better here in time, slowly but surely. You are showing a little better, but you're showing a little better from your depth. So down the road, I assume you would probably go a little deeper in this healing and not just keep it in the, you know, theory of healing. For the Knight of Swords, you get the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, the Strength card. Yeah. Yeah, this part right here in the immediate future is where I see quite the deep healing starting to unfold. Because your heart is involved, your mind is involved. In the current situation, you're trying your best to just keep it up here. You know? Thinking that, hey, I got a handle on it. So this could just be you thinking that you have control over, you know, what's transpiring in this healing over that situation. Here, there's a blend of things that when I see this kind of blend, I'm like, okay, so you are actively healing here. And you're showing up stronger. You're showing up more open from your heart. You're showing up way better. So is Felix. Let me see the Strength card. Put that tail down, boy. For the Strength card, you get the High Priestess, the King of Swords, the Hangman, the King of Swords, the High Priestess. Yeah, that's healing. You got it. You're definitely on the right path here with this healing that you're starting right now. But right now, again, I feel like you don't want to go too deep. You will, by the looks of this. And that places your energy into, yeah, it's still going to be tough. It's still going to be hard. It's still going to, you're not going to get rid of feeling like crap at times. But at least you have the proper energies in place so that you don't have to make it harder on you, you know? Whereas in the current situation, there's always that constant heavy pressure on you. And it's like, because you're healing from your mind. That doesn't work, you know? So it's always there. Anyways, you get there eventually. So let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Lovers. Yeah, it's about a connection. I'm not even sure if that connection is ending. I'm just seeing that it provides a very tough and major healing opportunity for you. And I see you taking it, and eventually, as you should. Not just, oh yeah, I'm healing. It's okay. No. So, yeah, it comes from a connection. And again, I'm not even sure if anything is ending here. It's just the opportunity for healing is very strong coming out of that connection, whatever happens there. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.